Okay, Expendables 3. This time joining the cast of Sylvester Stallone, Jet Li, Jason Statham, Randy Couture, Terry Crews, Arnold Schwarzenegger is Harrison Ford. Kylan Lutz, probably butchered his name. Ronda Rousey. Antonio Banderas. Wesley Snipes. And villain Mel Gibson. Yeah, there's a lot of people in this one. Ironically, if the other ones are rated R, this PG-13. People get shot, there's no blood. There's also a lot more use of CGI in this one. I think the fact you watch them get stabbed in the throat and there's no blood kind of detracts from the over-the-top nature of the franchise. What is your basic premise? Harrison Ford hires the Expendables to essentially to stop a weapon from falling into somebody's hands. That person is Mel Gibson. There's a backstory between Mel Gibson and the rest of the Expendables. Stallone then gets a new group. Who's he finally get this group? Kelsey Grammer, who helps him go through the process of finding his new young team. So, some of the really great camaraderie between all the old action... Oh, I forgot Dolph Lundgren as well. Lots of the old action stars getting together in a movie. That's what Expendables 1 and 2 is. It's that nostalgia factor for a bunch of just the old, grizzled guys getting together. And for a large portion of the movie, it's him with a bunch of young kids. Ronda Rousey does a pretty good job on this one. You know, everyone does a decent job for a Sylvester Stallone written action flick. They do make reference to Bruce Willis not being in the movie. Harrison Ford took his spot. Make a joke about that. When they break Wesley Snipes out of prison, he tells the reason why, and it's actually a pretty decent little joke to some of his previous legal problems. Of course, now that you know that Mel Gibson is the main villain, Mel Gibson and Stallone do have a couple of fights. How you go from fighting Jean-Claude Van Damme to now fighting Mel Gibson, I don't quite know. So a lot of the humor that made these films really great, you know, when it's old guys talking about being old, that's one thing. When it's young guys talking about people that are old, it's kind of a whole different ball game. A lot of the camaraderie really is not there. The times when you have Statham and Stallone, it's got that great, like, old school, like, buddy comedy feel to it, and it's just great. They don't get a lot of screen time together all of a sudden. It's like they took everything that made the previous ones good, like stupid over-the-top violence. Now people are getting shot, there's no blood anywhere. So I'm assuming all the bullets are like auto-cauterizing on the way out. Tremendous over-reliance on CGI. Especially with some of the explosions that look really bad. And there's an end sequence that just is laughable with the way that it's done. So I'm thinking this franchise is definitely on the way down. 1 was great for what it was. 2, you know, throwing in Chuck Norris, having Bruce Willis and Schwarzenegger in like a small car, like shooting people. Jean-Claude Van Damme, brilliant. They kind of took a step back with this one. If they decide to do a 4th one, man, here's Danny Trejo. Expendables Quattro, Danny Trejo.